I've been sitting here hollering at everybody and ain't nobody hearing me.
That's all right.
I
Hi,
think we're
Jessica.
live. I think we're live now. Hey, Jessica Taylor. Of course, Chattanooga Ed, Cody Son, Moonstone, Pipeline Creek Aquatics, Nathan's Fish Boy. And I guess we got nothing else better to do, sit here and talk to each other. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's kind of crazy around here.
Well, tomorrow I think will be my last day that I go out and get some supplies. I need to get a bunch of that corrugated plastic to make roofs for the top of my fish tanks, or lids rather.
Yeah, do you buy that at Home Depot?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I found mine. Lowe's don't have it.
Yeah, I know. And I went to Lowe's because that's all we have in my little town.
Yeah, same
And
here.
they were like, "Oh, there's no such thing." And so I took them into their lawn department. It's what they've made their whole ceilings out of.
Yeah,
All
they
the
did
lawn area.
the same thing here.
I said, "That's the stuff that I want." But I think they have it up north. I think they had it in Missouri. I know Menards had it. I love Menards.
Yeah, I haven't been to a Menards in a while. Well, I don't even think we have one around here close. But yeah, that stuff makes great lids.
Yeah.
And I picked up on it from Steinfort. That's where I picked up on it from. That's what he uses. Hey, pal, Fish Whisperer Miles, how you doing? Muppet929, how y'all doing tonight? Thank you, Moonstone. Uh,
But people are piling in now. Yeah, I went to Lowe's and bought some great wood for my shelving because you can't put the tanks right on that metal grate.
yeah, so you gotta
And
put
so
something under.
I got flooring, like wood flooring, uh, that goes underneath your floor, or it goes between the 2x4s and the carpet,
Right.
and so it's really strong and it's thin. And tomorrow I'm going to cut it down and use plastic dip all over it, and then put it in, and I'll be getting ready to go.
Hey, Zen Ginger, Big J's Fish Keeper, Teresa Cookie, appreciate y'all coming. We really don't have a lot to talk about tonight, so may invite some people up in a little bit or something. To be honest,
Subfloor.
I hadn't really thought about it.
Tampa Tom got it right on with subfloor.
Yeah, that's it. It kind of locks together too, doesn't it?
Well, I honestly didn't even check, because I was just looking for something thin, but it might.
I know some of it does, has like a tongue and groove on one side.
Hmm. Yeah, I didn't even look at
And
that really.
that may be more in the roofing part, maybe not so much floors. But so you had any new fish or anything come in this week?
No, I was disappointed with my sister because she and I like share an Amazon account, so that way we don't both buy two premium or whatever, the $99. So I split it with her every year. And then I just, whenever I see something, I link it to her, and she's got all my information. She just hits send. And I told her that Amazon's going to stop sending on Monday. You got to get it what I want in on Friday, because I wanted these two books by, I think his name's Brian Chin. He's like one of the top guppy guys. And then these are like textbooks, and they're all colored photos. And one just talks all about different types of show, like what you need to do to get a quality show guppy. And the other one is all the genetics to how to make different types of guppy lines. What mixes with what. Saved me so much time. And she didn't order it till today, so it doesn't come till the end of the month, end of April. Because she didn't believe me. She said, "There's no way that Amazon's shutting down."
Sorry about that feedback. Uh, hey, Recon, uh, Fishion, Tactics, Jesse, Appreciate y'all stopping by. Yeah, I didn't realize Amazon was shutting down shipping.
Yeah, they're only going to ship essentials. I guess they've laid a lot of their people off for the sickness.
Yeah.
So just the essentials, whatever that means, but not fish books.
Oh well, we'll get through it. I know it's boring. Hey, redfish, bluefish.
Mother screwed up again. No, this was my sister that screwed up this time.
Hey,
close,
Bob.
Bob. They're related.
I missed you coming in, Bob. How you doing tonight?
Yeah. My mom, when she messes up, it's just due to age and silliness. But my sister, she's just got so many things going on in her life. She's a homeschool mother. She's also going back to school for her. Well, it was going to be some type of radiology, but now she's going to go for medical, like business or something, like how to manage hospital stuff, paperwork or something. I don't know. But that's what she's going back to school now.
I lost my train of thought, Ed. I had something I was going to ask you, and I lost my train of thought.
Oh, nuts, buddy.
It'll come back to me in a minute. I haven't got any new fish. Well, I do have new fish. I've actually got probably 1,000 new fish. My daggum convicts, I mean, they're breeding like crazy. And the thing about it is they'll, when they go to breed the next time, they'll eat the fry from this one if I don't get them out. But I mean, I don't know what to do with them all. Can't sell them around here.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a loss today. My queen or patriarch, the top dog, I've had her for over 2 years. She was a Molly that was almost 4 inches, a little over 4 inches. Passed away today.
Man, that sucks. Especially when you have one that old.
Yeah. I think just age got to her because everybody else is doing fine.
Guppies don't live a real long time anyway.
Yeah, they only live about 2 years. I don't know what Mollies are. Maybe they might be the same.
Hey, Anthony, friends.
And when I got her, she was actually pretty full grown when I got her, too. So, hey, Anthony. Oh, Recon's here, too.
Yeah, I seen Recon come in a while ago. I didn't say, hey, Recon, how you doing tonight? Did you watch Steinpot stream?
Oh, you know what? I watched about 15 to 20 minutes of it. The last chunk.
I actually fell asleep.
Well, I was asleep for the first part, so that made it simple.
There you go.
I had a tough day today. I got up real early and started doing everything. And when I went to Lowe's, I put my debit card in there, and it kept making me touch the screen, and I didn't want to keep touching the screen. And it says, she said, do you want a receipt, paper, email? And I said, paper. She said, well, you have to hit it again. It's like, oh. Well, so I thought I left my debit card in the machine, but I'd actually stuck it in my jacket instead of putting it in my wallet, which is really unusual, but I think I was just getting disgusted. And so I spent half the day canceling my debit card, and then
that's just a headache too.
Oh my gosh, it is.
I was at dialysis yesterday, and for some reason I put my wallet in my bag that I carry my stuff to dialysis in.
Yep.
And evidently when the nurse pulled my blanket out, she dropped the wallet, and I was done home for nearly 2 hours. And I called back up there and said, I know my wallet has to be there. I said, because I come straight home from there. And sure enough, it was laying there under the chair.
Ugh.
But it is a headache when you start having to replace cards and insurance cards. And hey, Pam.
Yeah, new driver's license is a pain in the neck, and yeah.
Yeah, and I
Well,
just got my license, so I don't want to have to pay that again.
I went to Moe's. My pet store was closed because it's Monday, but it's next door to a Moe's. So I went in and got a big burrito. Then I realized I didn't have my debit card. Well, no, then I went to Petco to get some $20 or yeah, $20 20 longs, and then realized I didn't have my debit card then, and so then I wasn't in any mood to eat,
Yeah,
and so I drove all the way back to Lowe's. They didn't have it, so then I went to my bank, and my bank is all shut down, and you have to use these computer tellers
yeah.
that
Ours
are
are like
talking to
that.
somebody somewhere else, and that guy couldn't help me after I waited in line for like 20 some minutes. So then I call the people, they cancel it. I went to therapy, and therapy killed me today. I get out of therapy, and then I find my card. It was in my pocket the whole time.
Yeah, I've done stuff like that, and there's no getting your old one back once the new one's ordered.
Yeah. So that's what I got to do tomorrow is go to my branch. Doesn't they I have to go to one that has like the tellers that have the the thing that goes from the inside
Yeah,
to the outside.
the
Well, my
suction.
local one doesn't have that. So I have to drive to this town named Saudi Daisy and get that. So I'm going to pick that up.
They don't have the drive-through windows open at your bank.
They have drive-through, but it's all modern now, and it's all like ATMs with TV screens, and you talk to somebody in Chattanooga,
No,
like the downtown Chattanooga.
we actually still have monitor drive-through open. Can't go. You can go in the bank, but you have to call and make an appointment.
Oh, they're not even letting us go in. They're making us do it all by those TV screens or call-ins.
Most of it is just most of what we're having trouble with here are restaurants and of course everybody flogging to the supermarkets. But even the supermarkets have gotten some better. I think people are cutting back on their stockpiles and just buying a week at a time. That's what they're suggesting here.
Yep.
I bet that did redfish, bluefish. I wouldn't want to be out of the country and lose my passport.
Yeah, that'd be terrifying. What'd you have to do? You might not be able to type all that in the little thing. I always get paranoid when I can't find my passport, and I'm not even out of the country.
Yeah.
I check it every couple of months to make sure I still have it in the same spot.
And I'm not going out of the country no time soon.
Oh, that's for sure. But like when I moved here to Chattanooga, I couldn't find my Social Security card, and because it was all boxed up. But I did have my passport and driver's license, so I was able to get a new one, which was cool. But almost everybody in line for the Social Security to get their Social Security card only had one form of ID, and you have to have two. They were amazed that I brought two on my first try.
What is that?
I don't know what that was.
Well, it's kind of weird situation here. I swiped my mouse on my laptop by accident, and it's like it cut the stream off, but I can still hear you talking, and I'm assuming you can still hear me.
Oh, yeah, it was like a whistle. And what I did was I hit mute just in case somehow it was looping because it was such a high-pitched
No,
whistle.
it's something on my end.
Your face is all dark now, too. So it's like your monitor went out, I think, or your light.
No, my light's still on. Let me restart my computer.
I think Reap. Oh, well, if he's restarting his computer, it might be just me for a little bit, guys. I think Reap Khan may have blown his eardrums out on that. Oh, Jesse said the same thing. That hurt. Oh, I think everybody had their ears blown. Oh, and he probably can't hear me at all. Maybe I'm not even live. Can you guys hear me? Well, I'll just keep talking anyway. Bob, I watched your video on your fish tank that's not the 30. Oh, cool. Thanks, Fish. I watched your video on your one tank that looked real nice today. And then I started watching the one where you were in the parking lot when you said that they shut down Georgia. But then I saw that Bob was on live, so then I jumped off that. So I need to keep watching that one.
I don't know what
Nathan's back.
I don't know what the deal was. Luckily, I have a fairly new computer, so it don't take it long to reboot. But I swiped my mouse, and it's like everything was still playing, but there was no windows to pull up at the bottom of the screen. And then when I tried to open another window up, it caused all that feedback. I'm sorry if they're all deaf now. I didn't mean to. 'Cause I don't know what it is. Washington State closed for business.
Man, I can't wait till this goes away so Bob and I can start going to pet stores again.
I know. I've been wanting to go to pet stores too, but I don't want to get out around people. Really.
Yeah,
right
I don't
now.
blame you.
Especially since I'm still getting feedback, am I not?
I don't hear anything.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, I'm getting it on my end.
Well, I'll just keep talking while you're figuring it out. Like Bob and I love to go to fish stores all over, and man, I've been itching to go out of town and go look at a bunch of fish somewhere, and it's just I don't want to, and I'm ready to. Like I said, tomorrow I plan on hankering down after I go to Home Depot and my pet store, and yeah, Bob says we haven't been together anywhere for 3 months before this started.
No, I don't have two audio
It's
sources
been a while.
going.
We met at that one little store nearby, but that we haven't done much. Also, the stupid therapy's been kicking my butt, and I'd like to try to figure out how to get out of it since I'm not going to be able to have my surgery or MRI after I'm done.
See, that's
with
what
this stupid thing.
that's what I'm nervous about. I don't know if you know, but my dialysis port shut down on me. So I have this thing in my chest, but I go in 2 weeks for surgery, and I'm not real big on going into the hospital that soon.
Right.
Hey, Jay's cat cooking. I'm getting some feedback, but if it's not too bad, we just can roll with it.
But yeah, it's been way too long. I think that's why I'm really getting itchy to go somewhere, Bob.
I wish I had that fish store that James has.
That who has?
That James Fisher and Fever, man, that's an awesome store.
Oh yeah.
It looks like the customer service is great too.
And I mean, I love that store, but there's actually a bigger one in that town too.
Really?
There's one called the Aquarium, and it's about I think it might be the biggest one in the South. Bob could probably tell us.
I've been itching to get up there to go to Chattanooga Aquarium.
Oh, our aquarium's beautiful.
Yeah,
I mean, I like our stores, but our stores are just normal stores.
I've been
The
to
Tennessee ones. I mean, the Knoxville ones are cool.
Yeah, I've been to the aquarium probably 3 times, but I'd like to go back. Oh, Blake's Aquatics.
Good day, Blake.
How you doing there, bloke?
Yep, Chewy said he's on lockdown too. It's good to see you, Chewy.
Yeah, good to see you, Chewy. I think a lot of the places are on lockdown. They said Las Vegas looked like a ghost town.
I bet. One of my friends in St. Louis let her sister come move in with her, and now her sister's a waitress. Can't find a job, and so now she's going crazy with her sister always around her.
Yeah, there's a lot of people without work.
Yep.
But, I mean, surely the government will provide some assistance to some of these people later on.
I'm hoping.
I know it got shot down twice already.
Yep, it's insane.
But I seen where Bob went on his daily shopping trip today. Fish Mad Fish Diva went on her shopping trip this morning, I think early.
I had to go shopping for my mom again today too. So when I got home, I had to turn around and go out and buy her food. The one thing I couldn't find was dehydrated milk. And I looked in the bakery. I looked in canned stuff. I don't know. I looked all over for dehydrated milk. I have no idea where they keep that or if they have it.
I found pretty much everything I went for, but I have noticed that evidently some of the uh, like the store brand foods, evidently they must be running short because there was different brands on the shelf today.
Maybe they're taking whatever they can get.
I don't know. I bought one of those big tubes of ground beef at Walmart, and I got.
Oh, that was something she asked me to do. Right as I was walking out the door, she said, if you see any ground beef, that wasn't on the list, and I totally forgot about it till now.
That stuff's going up. Ground beef prices are keep rising. But I guess we're saving money elsewhere on gas and stuff.
Yeah, today I filled up for $1.56 a gallon. $1.50. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a little cheaper than it is here. It's $1.72, I think, what it is here right now. Bacon aisle, Bob says.
Yeah, I went up and down the bacon aisle. A lot of the stuff was gone. I even went around the baking goods they have like in the aisle. They have like an island in the middle of the aisle with a bunch of Betty Crocker stuff, maybe, or Duncan Hines, maybe, and didn't see it there. I don't know what she uses it for.
She just got used to using it. So I sent my daddy to the grocery store today because he don't want me out in public. He comes back with a daggum gallon of milk. I'm like, Daddy, there's one of me living here. I said, half that gallon of milk's going to run before I get to the bottom of the jug.
No. Well, you'll have to just force yourself to drink it. Good calcium.
Well, I ain't supposed to drink milk.
Oh.
Not a lot of it anyway. It's high in phosphorus.
The reason why gas is so cheap right now is because Saudi Arabia and Siberia or Russia are competing. Mm-hmm. They have some type of gas war going on. I don't know if many people know that, but it's a bummer they don't have a gas war when we can travel all over the place.
Yeah, when you can go somewhere. And they rescheduled Alcachella.
Yeah, and they rescheduled it for Halloween, which is terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what I do. I like to go to my sister's for Halloween because we have a big Halloween party with all the kids.
Does your sister live there in Chattanooga?
Yeah, she lives in Hickson. Yep. And she was making a killing. She went online to see how to make your own mask, and she made one for like all of her family, and then everybody loved it. So she started selling them on Etsy. And I mean, she was selling them left and right, and they're really cool looking. But Etsy took them down today and said that something that she wrote in there wasn't right. Like, I don't know if she said protect yourself from the corona or what she said, but
I didn't realize it. Zen's talking about how much bacon's handled before it actually gets to your house. But you got to think about it. It's got to be cured, smoked, sliced, packaged.
Bacon is delicious.
I love bacon.
Mm-hmm. Man, Zen, now you made me want to go get some bacon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Bacon.
I like bacon cooked good.
Yeah, I like bacon. My favorite brand is Wright bacon. It's good thick slice.
Yeah, I like the thick slices.
But it's high. It's about $9 a pound.
Oh, I bought my best buddy some really fancy bacon for Christmas, and it's been in my freezer because he was going to come and visit. Now I bet you he's not going to come visit. He's supposed to be coming in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it'd probably be impossible for him to come.
Yeah. He's a Baptist preacher, and I gave him this idea. I said, why don't you get like a drive-in theater and do your sermons from there? Because all the people were giving him a hard time about doing it on Facebook. And I told him, why are you doing it on Facebook when you got YouTube? Maybe you could be monetized quick. Well, maybe not with the hours. I don't know, but
yeah, that's what a lot of the preachers here are using Facebook, and it's not that good of a quality.
Use YouTube; it's free, and you might actually make money. But still, he liked my idea, and he did it, and it was really huge. I guess everybody drove in their cars to a giant parking lot, and he stood in the front and did his sermon. And I don't know if he stood in front or if he broadcast from his church out to some screen. I don't know what he did there, but he said that it was really big, so that was cool. I came up with a good idea.
Yeah, I've watched 2 or 3 preachers use Facebook yesterday and today. But I don't know if y'all's governor is doing it. Our governor is doing daily live streams on, he's using Facebook too, but he does an hour of question and answers every day on this whole virus thing to keep people informed.
Oh, wow. That's cool. I don't know what ours is doing. I don't watch hardly any TV. I have a TV and there's a whole bunch of boxes in front of it.
Well, he's using YouTube too. I mean, Facebook as well.
You know what? I've got a question for you. I've never really used Facebook to watch anything. Yesterday, Rack had a stream where he was going to do a auction of some of his stuff. And did he do that on Facebook instead of YouTube? Does anybody know? Because I kept looking on YouTube.
I didn't see it. But I'm going to say he probably did, because sometimes Facebook can frown on those auctions and things online.
Well, but
not Facebook, YouTube.
Okay, see, I think he may have done YouTube. And yeah, Priscilla, I asked Jesse asked how Priscilla's doing, and she says that she's feeling worse, so that's not good. She's got a flu or something. Hopefully she doesn't have the flu.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't want nobody to get it.
Yeah. Sure.
But yeah, that woman walked up in that dialysis unit. Of course, I mean, she was doing what she was supposed to. She was there to run dialysis. But, man, I was free. That was last Wednesday, so maybe I'm good now. That's been a week ago. But we were all kind of nervous.
Anthony said that Rack did do it on Facebook, and there's only a couple people there. Nuts.
Man, I hated that because I've been listening for that auction.
Well, he did it after James and my stream. And James and I we both said, okay, let's go try to find it. And I don't know where it was.
Hey,
Good day,
GRB.
GRB.
I mean, I remember him talking about it, and I don't know that he didn't do a live stream today on Facebook.
I've been barely in my house today, except for when I was sleeping. So I need to catch up on all my daily stuff.
Of course, I think what he was auctioning off was like his sketches and stuff. I don't think he was auctioning off actual artwork. But
Hey,
still,
Aquafunk's here.
what's going on, Crump? Glad you could make it. I just watched your sponge filter video you just put out too, by the way.
That's cool. I want Pam to stay healthy during this time too.
Yeah, she just set up in the chat. I seen it and I meant to say something. She says she's still not feeling good.
I shouldn't say I hope it's her tooth, but I don't know how to say it. But I hope it's your tooth and not anything else. It sounds terrible.
Has anybody heard from Father Fish?
Oh, he had a live stream yesterday.
I missed it.
Yep, he did kind of a short one to tell everybody that he's back and going good. He was talking about he might have to relocate his shop if the owner that he rents from doesn't put in, like, I think, a better air conditioning or something. So, and I'm just thinking, man, that would be so hard.
Oh, man, that'd be a task. He'd have to hire it done. He couldn't do it himself.
Man.
Especially not with his hand. You know, he cut that tendon in his hand. I don't know how that's healed up.
Doggone. Bob just said he did do a vid. I bet you he's talking about Father Fish yesterday. His friend was barbecuing for him.
That's good. At least they got some people down there. You see, that's where that coronavirus come from that I come in contact with was a lady who'd been at Disney World. But she went,
people from everywhere.
But she went, you know, this thing's gone rapid in the past week and a half. And she went about 3 weeks ago before it all got kicked up and everything was going on shutdown. So, I mean, it wasn't her fault. It ain't like she was down there. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, when times get tough, everybody wants to point fingers, and you're being a good man by not doing that.
Hey, Tampa Tom Fishing. I think I said hey earlier, but I'm not sure if I did or not.
I wish I could tell what fish that was on Tampa Tom's photo. The stupid YouTube thing is right over its head.
It's right over the tip of his nose and maybe part of his eye. What kind of fish is that, Tampa Tom? I'm going to grab me something to drink real quick.
I'm going to guess a pike, like a northern pike or a muskie. But since he's from Tampa, it's probably not a cold fish. Probably something like a tarpon or something. I don't even know what tarpons look like.
It may be a redfish. Or bonefish.
Now, Aquafunk's in New York. I think they shut New York down. So maybe he's stuck in his state.
Why was I thinking Aquafunk was from like down south, like in Florida?
Oh, maybe you're right.
Snooks. Fish Mile, Christopher says.
Well, a fish, I'm not for sure what it looks like. And I probably never will because that thing's over its face.
They're big shallow water fish down in the... I was thinking Funk was in Florida now.
That's right. Doggone it. Sorry about that. Now I'm remembering the whole spooning thing.
How are you, Epic Aquariums? So Funk, how long do you? I mean, I know you can live in Florida and still be 10 hours from anybody. How far are you from Father Fish?
He's in Venice.
That's way south, right? Almost to the very tip, I think.
I'm not for sure. Let me directions to Venice, Florida. It's 10 hours and 15 minutes. Yeah, it is. It's pretty far down.
He says
Whoops. I was going to show the map, but it's where I live. I guess it's like in the middle of it.
Yeah. Yeah, because Fort Myers and stuff, you're getting down close to the Everglades, Miami, into the salt marshes.
I'd like to go and visit him someday.
It'd be an interesting trip, that's for sure.
Yeah. I don't know if my tailbone could handle 10 hours in the car, but I made it with James to Maryland, so you never know.
Hey, Kenny. I'm glad you made it. I hadn't seen you in a couple of days. Or maybe I have. So much of it runs together.
It really does.
Oh.
I live in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Well, I live just north of Chattanooga, Tennessee, in a little town outside of it. It's kind of like a suburb.
Like a suburb.
I live in I live north of Bob Kaler, and he lives kind of in a suburb that's kind of east of Chattanooga.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Chattanooga. It's a neat town to visit.
Yep. I wasn't upset at all when I moved out of St. Louis and moved here. So pretty, so nice. You know, I miss the winter, but
I drove through St. Louis one time just to see the arches, but I don't think I've ever actually got out in the town of St. Louis.
Well, if you have one day to spend in St. Louis, do it in the zoo. It's a free zoo, and it's the third best in the world.
Heard they had a really good zoo there.
Yeah, they built it for the World's Fair like 100 years ago, and it's just been sponsored by so many different people. It's just a monster now. It's really neat.
Yeah, you're not the first one to tell me that they have a really good zoo.
And it's free.
Really?
Yeah, you don't. I think the petting zoo might cost $2, but everything else is free. I mean, I shouldn't say everything. Like they have movies and things like that might cost money, but
I'm sure they have some government grants and some people donating a lot of money to it.
Well, Budweiser's donated tons of money. TWA used to. They just have so much money coming in from different people, and because it's so nice, it just keeps getting more. So their polar bear exhibit is amazing. It used to just be kind of a normal polar bear exhibit, but some stupid kids threw their peanut butter and jelly sandwiches down to the polar bears, but they were left in their plastic wrap bags, and both polar bears ate them, and both died from the plastic wraps.
Oh, Lord.
And so now they've got this massive contained facility that goes indoor and outdoors, and it always has snow in it. It's all glass, and they've got one young male, and they said once he gets to maturity, then they can bring in a female, and they'll be a mated pair, but they have to let him grow up first. But he was so cute because like my niece stood against the glass and he ran up to scare her. and she jumped, and you could just see that he enjoyed that, and he came back around and snuck up and did it again. And
I had a gorilla do that to me at Memphis Zoo one time, and it scared me to death. I thought that gorilla was really fixing to come through that glass.
Yeah, I think they enjoy doing that to us. I would too if I was.
Yeah, I just walked up there, and the gorilla was sitting 10, 15 foot away. All of a sudden, this thing just gets up and just plants the glass in front of me. I'm like, man, as powerful as that thing is, it wouldn't take much for him to jar that loose.
Right.
If he really wanted to.
They have a really neat hippo enclosure like that too, where the hippos, it's like a giant fish tank filled with tilapia, and the hippos swim in it. And I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 hippos. I mean, plenty of hippos can be in there at once, and they come up right up against the glass. It's neat. But the best part is when they are cooling them down in the middle of the day and they're throwing them iced down watermelons.
Mm-hmm.
The watermelon just explodes in their
And
mouth.
those things have some giant teeth too.
They're scary.
I don't know where they put them all. I guess they just kind of fold up in their jaws.
I don't think we realize how big they are. Their heads are so big because their bodies are even bigger.
I mean, their head is probably 2 foot, maybe a little more than 2 foot across the top of his nose.
And I mean,
Probably
those teeth.
more.
Yeah. Boy, we're talking about some crazy stuff. People are probably like, boy, these guys are weird.
Well, I mean, it's kind of what I like on Monday nights. It's not necessarily sitting down having a subject matter, just kind of just let it go with the flow, and if they don't like it, well, they can leave, or it's up to them. I'm not here to force myself on anybody.
Well, all the things in St. Louis, I'll just give you the whole pitch. Where the zoo is in what's called Forest Park, and everything in Forest Park is open to the public. So they have like the science center that's real nice. It's open to the public. It's free, for you to go through and see. Their museum is free. They have a thing called the Muni, and that costs like $3 for tickets, and that's so they can pay for their costumes and stuff. And every week during the summer, they change to a different, maybe it's every 2 weeks, change it to a different play. And it's normally always just local people. Like one time Ozzie Smith was in it, and he threw baseballs to everybody.
Have you ever went to a game there? Hey, Alien World Aquatics, Scott.
Well, I've been to pretty much every type of game. What sport? Baseball?
Yeah, the baseball.
Yeah, that new stadium is so beautiful. I don't understand it, why they spent so much money on a smaller stadium, because Busch Stadium was huge. Yeah, and they would sell it out. And now they made a smaller stadium and charge more for the tickets, unless people get to be in there. But it is pretty. When you sit in the seats, you see the arch in the outfield. It's beautiful. I shot a wedding there too. Well, not a wedding, but engagement photos, because the couple worked for the Cardinals. So I took them. They wanted to be out on the field, so we went out on second base and took photos. It was pretty neat.
I forgot about you used to do photography.
Yep.
I've done photography for almost 8 years. And it was about the time of the economy crash, when gas prices are high. And the pictures just wasn't people's priority.
Yeah. Well, I got out about a year too early, because if I would have stuck around for one more year, digital came out and I would have saved so much money. My buddy said he saved $75,000 a year with digital.
Yeah.
And it cuts all your time out, because like I spent 60 hours a week in a dark room, and it was just consuming my life, being in the dark room and taking photos all the time. I didn't have time to do anything with friends or anything. So that was the main reason why I got out of it. And then digital comes out, and that 60 hours a week would have been reduced to maybe 5 hours behind a computer.
And the thing about it is people don't realize that even in the digital world, you don't just spit out the pictures, and it takes you time to edit all that stuff, and You know, and people get their pictures made and they're up here 2 days later. Where's my pictures?
Yep. Well, that was one of my things was that people loved about me was because I had my own dark room. I would pump out their photos on Sunday after the wedding, and they could come in on Monday and get them. That was one of the big draws to coming to me was getting it right away. And so I would just go and develop everything and process it. And man, I was booked solid. I was booked for a year after I shut my doors down. It was a bummer.
Yeah.
I know that sounds terrible, but
I mean, and that's been several years ago now. Probably, I don't know how many years ago it's been since I give it up. But I still have people call me on a not a daily basis, but at least one or two a month wanting to buy their old, you know, some of their old pictures, which I still have them.
Bob said Blake has a similar device. I wonder if he's talking about my frog. I found this when I was getting my fish room cleaned out. This is a birdhouse I bought a few years ago at a Cracker Barrel. But
Pretty neat looking.
yeah, I don't think I'll ever let birds use it. I think I'll just use it for myself, but I just love it.
I got several. I know I got two frog bird houses. I think I just picked them up at Dollar General.
Well,
I never have had a bird build in them, and they've been hanging for 3 years now.
I'm going to leave it on the floor now because I might drop it in the water. Everybody gets to see it. Bloop, and see if it floats.
So I think Aquamate goes live in the middle of the night, don't he?
I'm not for sure. It's hard for me to keep up. I just know Blake is after Pam, so I don't know who else goes late. The Aussies all do their things.
And Fishy Biz, so it shows him to be live right now.
Oh, I guess he finally went on. He was running late, but you know he's a school teacher, so he doesn't have school. So
Yeah.
he's a St. Louis guy.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Yeah.
where he was from.
Yeah, he'd probably talk up everything that I just said too. St. Louis is a beautiful city to visit, but not a very good place to live anymore. Most of the jobs have moved out. They're a lot like Detroit. We used to have three major car industry. Now we're down to one. TWA left. We had a giant pharmaceutical company that the train actually would drive into that shut down a few years ago, and I'm wondering if they'll start that back up with all the sickness. Because that was something that they moved that whole pharmaceutical company to China, but it used to be made right in the middle of St. Louis. It was pretty cool. It was like a job that everybody wanted, but they really screamed hard because they didn't want people, you know.
I think some of this is going to be short term as far as businesses being shut down and all that. But I do see some of like the sporting venues and things that draw big crowds being on hold a little while.
Well, I hope it's a positive in the end for our country that we learn from our mistakes and grow strong like we used to be.
Yeah.
50 years ago. Because 50 years ago, our country, there was a lot of jobs, a lot of good union jobs, and they all left, they all left Dodge.
Yeah, a lot of them went to China.
Yep. Bummer. And I'm not doing a thing for unions. I was a shop steward for years, and I love unions for a point, but they have they're good and they're bad. So.
Yeah, they both do.
Yeah.
I
think that companies that have unions are worse to their employees. It seems like factories that don't have unions, they care more about their employees. It's just,
and we don't have many unions down here.
Yeah, or here in Chattanooga. But you know what? There's a lot of jobs in Chattanooga. I mean,
What's the main staple for jobs there?
Oh, jeepers. Well, we have a giant Toyota company plant here, but moon pies are made here.
I didn't know that.
There's like Bob's town has a big paper company. They make Mounds candy bars right down the street from Bob. Well, not really down the street, but in his town. They make, I think, Duracell batteries are made just in his town. In my town, they've got Lazy Boys across the street. They're going to be building a Nissan car tire factory here. I mean, and then if you go a little south, there's lots of carpet that's made in Georgia. That's about 20 minutes or 30 minutes south of here, and lots of Georgia carpet. So, I mean, it's just, oh, yeah, Little Debbie's here. We have a Coca-Cola and a Dr. Pepper and a Pepsi, and they're all side by side.
You know that I was up there, not necessarily Chattanooga. I was a little east of there, up where the Jack Daniels distillery is.
Oh, okay, yep.
Man, it seemed like everything that they drank there was, what is that stuff called?
Sweet tea?
No. I love sweet tea. It was like a Mountain Dew.
Oh, Mr. Pibb? Or not Mr. Sun Dip? Or
yeah, Sun Drop. I mean, ever Coke machine you went up to was Sun Drop. You've seen very little Coke and Pepsi products. Makes me wonder if they don't have a bottling plant or something there.
Well, I know we have a Pepsi and a Coca-Cola. It's right on the Chattanooga, or I don't know what our river's called. Bob, help me out. It's off of DuPont Road. DuPont used to have a giant factory, but now they barely work there, I think. But my brother-in-law works on a factory down there.
I passed a question from Miles. Miles, I got about 10 saved up. Not enough, because he's hungry now. He's talking about my snake. He asked that I have a lot of mice saved up for my snake. I do have
How often do you have to feed him?
Well, it's just a baby now, so it's growing a lot. So I feed it about once a week.
Well, and you got 2.5 months.
Yeah.
And heck, 2.5 months, you might have some more.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works, if you keep them all together or not.
No, these are frozen. I feed frozen mice. It's just so much easier and less mess.
Boy, I was trying to get Bob to take care of 2 snakes that this kid in town was having to have somebody watch for a while, and Bob was telling me about the mice, and man, it just makes me think more that I'm glad I didn't take them myself.
They're really not. They're really easy to keep. I mean, I'd get him out about once a week just to handle him, keep him from getting tame. I mean, getting nippy, but really you just add water and a mouse every now and then and you're good. Not that hard at all. It was a spur of the moment thing. If I had it to do over again, I wouldn't get another one, I don't think. Yeah, that's it, Bob. Sun Drop.
Oh, it's made at the Dr. Pepper factory then. That's over there. I think it's so bizarre how these pop factories are side by side to each other.
I seen where I think Bob put it in there that Duracell was there where you're at too.
Yeah, that's right down his town. It's like down the street from Mounds candy bars. It's pretty cool. Well, Chattanooga is just, and you wouldn't think Chattanooga, because Chattanooga is kind of like a vacation area too.
Yeah, it is.
But they have a lot of industry, so it's just a really nice town.
I didn't realize it was that much. Of course, our main thing here is furniture, upholstered furniture, but we do have the Toyota factory, and we have a Walmart distribution center here that's huge.
Oh, we also have Amazon. We're one of Amazon's hubs here too.
Man, y'all just got it going on.
Yeah, we really do.
Miles, I just soak them in hot water. I don't put them in the microwave. I just put them in a cup of hot water. Let them set for about 10, 15 minutes. And I've never had any trouble getting my snake to eat. A lot of people have problems getting them to eat, but I never have had any trouble with mine. But I've only had him about 3 months, and he's shed twice already, so he's growing.
That's cool. I have a whisker. Oh, I finally got it. It was right on my tongue.
Man,
Driving me crazy.
I hate that when that happens.
Yep. Well, Bob, as soon as we're deemed healthy enough to see each other again, I'm going to try to worm my way to get some of your Santa Maria. Oh my gosh, some of Dan's Endlers from you.
Are any of y'all planning on doing any tubs outside this summer?
You know, I was going to, and then with all this, I haven't really been thinking about it. Maybe I might go by Max Tractor Supply tomorrow and see how much they are. Oh, Brad's here.
How you doing, Mr. Fish, sir? Glad you could make it, Brad. We are going in this, and maybe we can catch the tail end of some of Fishy Biz's stream. Who knows, if I get bored, I may pop back up later on. But hit that like and subscribe button. Keep safe out there. Don't travel no more than you have to. Take care of your fish and keep yourself safe. And I hate to leave on you, Mr. Fish, sir, but we've been going an hour and I have limited time left on my StreamYard. So I gotta kind of try to conserve some of it in case I do get one of them boredom spells and want to get back on the stream for a little bit. But y'all take care. Watch out for your neighbors and watch out for yourself and keep the elderly and everybody in mind. Try not to go around them unless you have to. With that, y'all be safe and we'll catch you next time. Thanks.
Thanks, everybody. Night night.